So the one on the right hand side we've got was the high floaty, high lofted shot. You can see the shaft now. Okay, that club, nice and vertical, yeah? The ball is actually forward, but you can see your back knee kind of kicking in a little bit there. So you're putting your weight forward onto that front leg. All the weight's here now. Your hips and your lower half are kind of creating that impact that we want to do. Now, with a full shot, if you stand here on the left-hand side, you're kind of sort of 50-50. To get into that position, you've got to move there during the swing. Well, that movement's going to create power. That's the last thing you want for a 20-yard chip shot. Yeah. So when you're swinging this one in as you come back, you kind of just stop at the golf ball. You actually had a reasonable contact because the ball was sat probably quite nicely. Yeah. But the club kind of just stop in there and no real lower half. It's more just like a putting action kind of thing without any lower half movement, okay? What we want to try and do is create a position where your lower half is forward, and then we can just sort of slip that club underneath it, and the swing can now go through. You see the club now overtaking the golf ball because you've slipped under it so well. That's coming out with a nice flight, nice trajectory. That ball actually landed and stopped pretty quickly. Yeah. So over a bunker, that's your shot. Yeah. So if you want to use your lob wedge, if you don't want to get too much dig, put the ball forward. As long as your chest is forward, as we said, and your movement's left, you slip that club underneath it. If the lie's not so good, put the ball back in the stance and might get a bit diggy. If you don't want to get too diggy, maybe change clubs to a more bounce-like club, a Sandown, as you said. So you're just choosing the weapon of choice for the shot you have. If you're on a sloping lie, so if we sort of try and draw some lines here, as you're on 17, if the slope is up there on 17, get your weight now, kind of going back with the slope, get yourself lined up parallel going up the slope. Don't lean into the slope so much, because you're gonna get diggier, aren't you? Okay. So that comes down sort of reassessing your body to the slope. Same way as if you're on a downhill lie, you set yourself to the slope. So what you will then get is, if I sort of, I'm going to draw someone here, okay? If I've got a line there, an uphill lie and a downhill lie, you want your angles to always match the slope, don't you? That's kind of your angle of attack with a wedge. But if you use this same one here, oh, hang on a second, that's digging in the ground, isn't it? And if it's down here, we're in the ground behind the golf ball. Okay, so you always just adjust your body to the ground you're on. So 17 on the button, that slope on the right. Go back with the slope, and in some ways take maybe less loft, because by leaning back with the slope, you're going to launch that ball up high, aren't you? If you're using a lob wedge, it's going to go 90. It's going to come back on your head. So you choosing the clubs. These are sort of things we're going to sort of maybe look at in more detail. We'll get out there and play a few shots around a different green. Maybe the first on the right hand side is a similar sort of situation. Okay, but try to keep your mini par 3 scores today. Just see what you score. Again, I'm guessing it'll probably be...
It's going to be, don't forget, it's going to be that.
Exactly,
and that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. In some ways, I don't really care to some extent how you've chosen to play the shots. If it means if you're on the... I know, think of a whole way you could putt it from a long way, even the first maybe. If you're 30 yards short right on the first, you can putt it... If you putt it on the green, you 2-putt for a 3, you score 3.
Yeah, right.
You played that mini par 3 and 3. It doesn't matter. Okay. But whatever you have scored, okay? Because there'll be some situations where you have to chip over things, and we'll see what you get. Keep a record and see what your averages is, and then give me a shout back and stuff. We can go from there, okay? Make sense? But adjust yourself. Get this basically preset impact. You want a good impact, but to move to a good impact during the swing is a risky way of playing it, because you get too much power, and then you're trying to sort of stop, and there's that stabby one, as you said, to try and reduce the power. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Good man. Well done.